This is my new and improved Archaeolo-Jess Loadout, and it is specifically designed for Ventures mode. You want to have Archaeolo-Jess in your commander slot right there for increases anti-material charge heavy attack efficiency by 128%. And then you need the Blast from the Past perk, which increases your health by a max of 200%. And then you will need Saurian Vigor, and that comes from Triceratops Ramirez, heal 2.125% of your max health every 5 seconds. Then you'll need Saurian Focus, that is coming from Fossil Southie. While shield is depleted, regenerates 4 energy per second. That is going to factor into anti-material charge. Then next, you will need Survivalist, and that comes from Survivalist Jonesy. Eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. Next, you'll need Fuel for the Fallen. That comes from Fallen Love Ranger Jonesy, who is one of the Valentine's Day heroes. Eliminations restore 6 energy over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. Restoring your energy is important in this loadout. So you have a passive energy regen, and then you have one that is restored with eliminations. Very important. Then you will need High Caliber Harvest. High Caliber Harvest comes from Cassie Clip Lipman. Objects destroyed by anti-material charge have a 33% chance to drop additional ingredients. So in other words, what that does is it increases the amount of materials you can acquire when you use anti-material charge, whether it's on a rock or a tree or a vehicle. And lastly, your gadgets you will need are Adrenaline Rush and Stationary Hover Turrets. This farmer loadout is much more durable because of Blast from the Past, and it's also much more efficient. You might not have the same amount of reach as Long Arm of the Law, but the energy regen and the health buff from Blast from the Past more than make up for that. As far as weapons to use with this loadout, you can pretty much put whatever you want on it and it'll do fine because it's a farmer anyway. My preferred weapons are Browbeater, 2 crit damage is a crit rating, physical and damage to miss monsters and bosses, standing in place grants damage versus miss monsters and bosses. For my melee weapon, for this farmer, I prefer to use an Armageddon Axe with critical rating, heavy attack energy efficiency, it's by default energy, then a crit damage to miss monsters and bosses. Critical hits with this weapon cause an explosion. I prefer the pot shot for concentrated damage versus miss monsters. Crit damage, reload speed, physical and damage, crit rating, damage to miss monsters and bosses. Standing in place grants damage.
Yeah.